Oh, I've done it. Perfect. You're going to have to take my word for this, but I have just hit the perfect baby draw. And in today's lesson, not only are we going to learn how to hit the baby draw, we're also going to learn how to hit the baby fade. So guys, welcome back for another lesson on the channel. Let's have a look at those two shots. So we've probably all got our own natural shape that we play with. I generally now play with a fade. Used to actually play with a bit of a draw, but really don't play that many draws, to be honest with you. Everything I do, I prefer to see a fade. I feel comfortable fading it, and you'll probably have, like I say, one that you're comfortable with yourself. But it would be handy to know how to do both of them, because there's a time and a place. So here, as I'm stood on this hole now, the 6th hole at the Cala, if I could have, well, I have just hit the perfect little shot, just drawn it round the corner and over the bunkers, and I'm going to go in with a lot less club as if opposed to hitting a fade down here. But I needed to know what I had to change throughout my golf swing to make those two shots happen. Generally, from when I actually start to speak to people in lessons and say, you know, what are you doing to hit this draw? How are you hitting that fade? I don't know. I really want to draw it, with most people being slicers, but they're not quite sure about how to go about it. So firstly, let's clarify what both of those are. And you could literally hit a 1-yard hook, or you could hit a 50-yard draw. So a draw is something that starts right of your target for a right-handed golfer and then moves back and finishes dead on line of the target. If it finishes left of the target, like I say, it would be classed as a hook from there. But we all know what a draw looks like, generally that one that moves right to left in the air. And on the other hand, we've got the fade, something that for the right-handed golfer would start down the left-hand side and move back and finish right on target. So how do we play these two shots? Let's take a look at the fade first and what we need to try and do to play a great fade. Okay, so the fade, what we've got here, as you can probably see from the other camera angle shortly, is this little bit of a guide set up. I've got a noodle to give us an idea of exactly where our ball to target line was. So if I were to hit a straight shot, it would go directly through the noodle and wouldn't move off it. Now, with the fade shot, what we have to have is a relationship, and it's all to do with the face and the path. So where the club face is aiming and where the club head is traveling, and what the relationship is between those, because we can have a face that's looking directly at the target, but then we could have a face that's now actually looking right of the path. So that would be more of what the fade is. So what we'd have is something where, to hit a fade, the club face would be open to our target. So as you see on the red lines here, we could use the white line to indicate the club face and the two red ones to see where the actual club is traveling. So with a fade, what we'd see is something that the club would travel down this line, but as it meets the golf ball, it would still be looking at the target but delivering a glancing blow. So we'd have a slight out to in motion, but the face looking a little bit open to that. Now, to hit the perfect fade, the face would actually have to be slightly left of the noodle, because like I said earlier, it's got to start left of target and finish dead on target to hit the perfect fade. So we'd have something now where the club travels from outside our ball to target line only fractionally, let's call it 1 or 2 degrees to the left hand side, but the face, let's call it 2 degrees, and the face is now looking 1 degree right of that, so 1 degree left of target, and we get like a 2-yard fade on that. So it'd be something that would be looking a bit like this as it's coming in here, travels from outside the white cane, hits the golf ball, that starts off just left of the noodle and then works back towards the noodle as we do it. And obviously, the bigger the relationship between the two angles, that's when we start to see slices appear and things like this, because a lot of people, I would see, is something where the face is sort of 10-15 degrees open to a path that's maybe 5 degrees left, so it's actually looking right of target and then starting to slice across. Maybe it would be that they drag it really across left and the face is only fractionally open and we slice it back. So what we need to do is just find that it would be pretty close to neutral, but just have that slight relationship where the club travels from outside and the face is feeling a little bit open to that. So let's give that a go. And one way you could feel to do this, you could aim your club face just left of the noodle and then open the body out ever so slightly, because your arms are going to swing down your body line. So you've got your face just fractionally left of the noodle, then the body slightly open. Commit to making a good swing along your body line and you'd see more of the faded shot. So let's give that a little go here. And a bit of a low fade there. It's okay. Just rolling into the middle of the fairway. So to hit the draw shot, basically all we do is flip it on our heads. But like I said at the start of the video, we'll probably have a natural swing that we'll want to follow. That's why for me, I generally fade everything and feel very comfortable doing that. As soon as I go to now try and feel that the club's coming more from the inside here, as we see on the other camera angle, it starts to feel a little bit awkward. So if you're not completely confident with the shot, I'd try and stick to the one that you are and work on the opposite one at the range, and when you're feeling good with it, then bring it out to play on the golf course. So let's just run through the draw. So we know that fade's coming from outside with the face open to that. So the draw, we would feel that the club now tracks in along the inside red cane here with the face looking a little bit close to it. So we'd see that the club head would pass out in this direction, but as it does, that face is looking left of where that club face is travelling to. So there, what we would see is something where the face now would have to be pointing just slightly right of the noodle, with the club head travelling even further to the right to see that we get it working back towards our target. And a great way, like I say, a lot of this can be done with your body. So again here, what we try to feel is something where we get the club face just aiming fractionally right of this noodle, and then I'd feel I'd close my stance off a little bit more and feel that I'm swinging almost out to the right hand side of the target with the face looking a little bit left of that. And let's see, in one video, can I get 2 draws going on? It could be record breaking times this. So face closed to the path that's traveling right, that's looking just right of the noodle at the start. Let's get a little draw going on. Oh, he's only done it twice in one video. I think my golfing career is completed. That is 2 perfect drives here on the 6th hole at La Cala. So all to do with the face and path relationship. For the fade, we need the club face to be open to the path, so it's travelling from out to in the club, the face looking a little bit right of that, but as you aim it, just aim it slightly left of your target. Then for the draw, it's the opposite. We want the face to be closed to the path, so the path's working in to out with the face slightly closed, but when you start to aim and set up, aim the face slightly right, make that swing and let the club come back onto target. And that is how we play the fade and the draw with the driver. Nice and simple. Guys, I'd suggest setting up this station. Gives you a really good idea and a really good visual for where you want to swing the golf club when trying to play the fade and the draw. Give it a go down at the range, do some slow swings, maybe start with a 7-iron and build it up to driver, and then get it out on the golf course when you're comfortable with it. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. If you have, do remember to hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any future lessons. Also, a big thank you to La Cala for having me down. Great weather, great golf course, great tips to help you get better. Join me with some more, and I'll see you in the next lesson.